Welcome to the deep dive.
Who?
Today we're jumping straight into Nepali cricket, specifically looking at the new head coach, Stuart Law, based on his recent interview.
Mm.
We've sort of pulled out the key bits to give you a real sense of, where the team is, what challenges are coming up, and Law's plan.
Yeah, exactly. Think of it as the insider view.
We want you to get a good grip on the team's direction right now.
Right. We'll cover quite a bit. Law's own coaching past, what happened to the training champ, his thoughts on strengths, weaknesses.
The game plan for the CWC League 2?
Yeah, all that. It's really about understanding the roadmap he's laying out.
Okay, so let's start with the man himself, Stuart Law. He's not exactly a rookie on the international circuit. Sri Lanka, Bangladesh.
Yeah.
But that's just the start, isn't it?
Oh, not even close. What's really striking is just how much he's done and how different it all is.
Like what?
Well, think about Australia. He coached at the academy, assistant for both the men's and women's teams, plus domestic stuff with Queensland and the Brisbane Heat.
Okay, yeah.
Then you've got head coach roles, West Indies, which is, a unique challenge.
That's right.
County cricket in England with Middlesex, Bangladesh U19s, the USA just recently,
Right, USA.
and now Nepal. It's this huge breadth of experience across totally different cricket cultures.
That exposure must give him a very wide lens, wouldn't you say, seeing what works in different places.
Absolutely. You sort of wonder how coaching the Windies, for example, might shape how he tackles the dynamics in Nepal.
Yeah, interesting point. Okay, so bring it to the present day. He ran a training camp,
Mm.
and he seemed keen on match simulations, not just nets. What's that tell us?
It tells me he wants to see how players react when the pressure's actually on.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond just hitting balls in a controlled setting, it's about decision-making, temperament.
Right.
He sounded pretty excited about the talent he saw, which is good news.
Always a plus.
And the immediate thing seems to be getting strategies sorted, making sure guys know their roles, especially for T20 and the 50-over games.
Your practical stuff straight away.
Yeah, very practical. But this first bit, it's really about him learning who these players are, what they can do under fire.
So after watching this core group, what did he take away? Sounds like he sees something beyond just, raw skill that needs work.
Yeah, interestingly, he said talent isn't really the main issue for Nepal.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, he pointed to mental toughness and game awareness.
Oh, okay. Common themes.
Very common, especially for teams on the rise. Making that next step often comes down to holding your nerve, understanding the flow of the game better.
So it's about performing when it matters most.
Exactly. His focus is on prepping them for those high-pressure moments, making them smarter on the field. It goes beyond just technique.
Gotcha. So the ability's there. It's about channeling it.
Yeah.
Let's dig into the team specifics, though. Strengths, weaknesses, what did Law identify?
Well, no surprise he flagged the spin bowling. That's a classic strength in the subcontinent.
Right, traditional.
But on the flip side, consistency with the bat internationally is an area they need to shore up.
Runs on the board.
Yeah, and developing more fast bowlers. A
Yeah.
deeper pool of them, especially if they're serious about Test cricket down the line.
That makes sense. Need that pace attack.
Mm-hmm. And he hopes young kids see pace bowling as a real option, a career path internationally. That's pretty crucial for their future across all formats.
Building for the long haul, not just the next series. Okay, what about individual players? Is he naming names yet?
Nah, seems like he's playing that close to the best for now, which is probably smart.
Yeah, probably.
He talks about immense talent among the, 50 or so players he looked at. Says a lot of them have shown good things. But the next step, he says, is seeing who has that mental edge. Who can perform when the pressure's really on.
So skill is one thing.
Right. He thinks mindset, planning, attitude. That's what really makes the difference at the top level.
Okay, looking ahead then. CWC League 2.
That's big.
What's the game plan?
Pretty simple, really. Win every game.
Ambitious.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But he knows it's tough. Playing Scotland at home, Netherlands away. Those are big challenges.
For sure.
So they're doing a pre-tournament tour to the UK. Smart move to acclimatize.
Good thinking. Get used to the conditions.
Exactly. And ultimately, put on a show for the Nepali fans. They know how much these games mean back home.
That UK tour,
Mm.
it feels like more than just getting used to the weather, right?
Oh, definitely. Adapting to the UK conditions, cold, damp, even in summer, is huge. Lots of teams struggle with it.
Yeah, it's tricky.
But it's also about building momentum.
Yeah.
Nepal needs wins in League 2. They need to break any kind of losing habit, build confidence.
Maintain that ODI status first and foremost.
That's priority number one. Then climb the rankings, keep that World Cup dream alive.
And how's he thinking about preparing for both ODIs and T20s on this tour? Is he focusing on one?
His thinking is actually quite interesting. He believes doing well in the longer format, the ODIs, actually helps the T20 game.
How so?
Spending time in the middle, facing more balls in ODIs, it helps batters get a feel for movement, pace, bounce. He thinks that translates well to T20s.
Okay, so a holistic approach.
Yeah, exactly. Not specializing too much right now. And they've got good warm-ups lined up in the UK T20s against Gloucestershire, a 50-over game against Glamorgan.
Proper county sides. Good test.
Crucial test, yeah. He sees the formats as linked success in one helps the other.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, something you can't ignore with Nepal is the fans. They're famously passionate. Law's noticed that already.
Oh, yeah. He was buzzing about the T20 series win against the USA in Dallas. Said the Nepali fans there made it feel like a home game
Wow.
in Dallas.
Tells you something, right?
Yeah.
He's hoping for a big turnout in Scotland, too. He knows that support can be a massive lift for the team.
And maybe a bit intimidating for the opposition.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
He gets that Nepali fans are global, they're knowledgeable, and their energy can genuinely impact the game.
Another huge part of modern cricket. Fitness. What's the plan there? Is it a focus?
Huge focus. He called it critical. Knows it's tough to keep players fresh during a series, but there's an extensive physical program happening right now.
Led by their S&C coach, Abdul Law, made it sound like fitness is absolutely non-negotiable.
As it should be.
And he directly linked it to performing skills well for longer. He wants Nepal to be an exceptional fielding side.
Fitter teams usually are better fielders.
Exactly. He used the word devastating. Thinks they could be devastating in the field if they hit their fitness peaks.
High ambitions there.
Mm-hmm.
So he's coached all over. How does Nepal compare as a coaching environment so far? What are his first impressions?
He acknowledges every place is different, obviously, but his first impressions of Nepal itself, really positive, talked about how friendly and welcoming people are.
That's good to hear.
Yeah. He's actually in the UK right now prepping, hasn't spent loads of time in Nepal yet, but he's excited to get started properly. Looking forward to home series, really getting a feel for how the team wants to play there.
And maybe see a bit of the country too.
He mentioned that too. Wants to explore when he gets the chance, seems keen to, properly connect.
That's important. What about the bigger picture? Beyond the national team, does he have a long-term vision for Nepali cricket structure?
He does. He talked about wanting to help build a sustainable domestic setup.
The foundation.
Precisely.
Yeah.
So there's a steady stream of quality players coming through. He mentioned the High Performance Series and the Nepal Premier League starting up as good signs.
But more is needed.
Yeah, especially for test ambitions.
Yeah.
He talked about needing a proper 3 or 4 day domestic structure, maybe divisions, districts.
That takes serious investment, though.
Oh, absolutely. He was realistic about that. Funding for grounds, facilities, hotels in different areas. It's a huge challenge. He called it baby steps.
A gradual build.
Yeah. The ultimate aim is that strong domestic framework where players can really learn their craft and push for international spots.
And for the kids out there, the young cricketers in Nepal watching all this, what was Law's message to them?
A really positive one. Just encouragement, really, for boys and girls playing cricket. He highlighted the fun side, friendships, travel opportunities, and stressed that there are chances in cricket even if you don't make the national team.
Good point.
Basically, chase your dreams, work hard, keep learning. And he also touched on the life lessons sport teaches, like just being a good person.
Simple but important. Okay, finally, his actual experience in Nepal since arriving. How's that been?
Sounds like it's been pretty smooth overall. He mentioned being a bit unwell when he first got there, something from Delhi.
Happened.
But yeah, very positive about the hospitality of hotel staff, people around the team. Said getting to know the players and the cricket administration has gone well.
So, ready to get stuck in.
Seems like it. Really enthusiastic about the future, and he specifically mentioned wanting to make the TU ground in Kathmandu a real fortress.
Make it tough for visiting teams.
Exactly. A proper home advantage.
Okay, so wrapping up this deep dive, we've covered a lot. Law's extensive background, his initial take on the team, the talent, the areas like mental toughness needing focus, the challenges ahead like League Two, and that longer-term vision for the domestic game.
Yeah, it definitely gives you, the listener, a much clearer picture of where Nepali cricket stands and where law wants to take it.
Absolutely. It gives you a framework for watching them going forward.
And it leaves us with a question for you to think about. Law emphasized both mental toughness and game awareness.
Mm.
So, which one do you think will be more crucial for Nepal's success internationally? Is it the mindset under pressure, or is it that tactical understanding on the field?
Interesting question. How does that raw talent best get